Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for participating in my individual research project. Today we'll be discussing about the Greek financial crisis and the ongoing impact on the European Union and the world economy. Greece was once a dominant, powerful country, dominated at the art of war for many centuries, and is also the foundation of many revolutionary inventions that influenced our modern era, such as the alarm clock, cranes, literature, democracy, and theaters. They also made significant contribution to the development of philosophy, mathematics, and medicine. The Greek culture influenced the Roman Empire and many other civilizations till this date. Before you might be asking yourself how did this powerful and dominant country ended up bankrupt? While the country proved to be at the center of many important creations, they lacked the concept of understanding how to operate an effective government. Poor political and financial structure is at the heart of the economic collapse, which eventually led to a high rate of corruption and an obsolete government. The Greek government has proven to be ineffective in many sectors of the economy. However, mainly at collecting individual and corporate taxes, tax evasion is a significant problem in Greece. Furthermore, the country is having a hard time targeting their capitalist elites. Another major problem in Greece is the high process time affiliated with any government demand. Mainly, government offices are severely understaffed, which makes everything a long and tedious process for potential investors requiring information from the Greek government. There are several problems with the Greek culture and philosophy. Mainly, Greeks are renowned for defaulting, which is not a good thing from an inspector perspective. If you believe your clients will be defaulting on their loans, you will not be lending them any money. Furthermore, Greece has proven this statement to be true when they defaulted on a 1.6 billion euro scheduled payment to the International Monetary Fund in 2015. The second issue is the Greek productivity level. While Greeks have proven to be the hardest workers in Europe and possibly in the world if we go by the number of hours worked per year, they're also one of the least productive country in all of Europe. And that is mainly due to their rigid labor laws and extensive bureaucracy. As you can see, Greece is leading the world economy by number of hours worked per year, with an average number of 2,000, while Russia plays at about 1,900, and the European Union's average normally average 1,600 hours per year, and the US 1,800. Hence, this means Greece average roughly about 300 to 400 hours more than any other countries. Another another reason that Greece suffered a severe financial crisis was due to they joined the European Union. While many believe that joining the European Union was a bad decision for Greece and that Greece would be better off leaving the European Union is a very debated and controversial conversation. Some financial gurus believe that if Greece leaves the European Union and reverted back to its dramash, its prior currency before adopting the euro, it would boost their economy and lower the unemployment rate in the country. However, other financial analysts believe that the economic growth Greece would experience would only be temporarily and at the cost of foreign investors and the European Union, who had to keep investing considerable sums of money in order to stabilize and prevent the Greek economy from going bankrupt. Furthermore, while it is true that Greece joining the European Union had some significant negative impact on their foreign trade economy, it definitely had pros. By joining the European Union and by adopting the euro, Greece had to give up their dollar value advantage to foreign purchasers and potential investors. However, in exchange of joining the European Union, Greece would now be able to borrow money at a better rate and for longer periods of time. The erosion of competition. Evidently, a low production rate and the creation of the European Union invited foreign competition to the Greek economy. Germans' goods now became more appealing than Greek goods due to the fast production time and the low costs associated for their production, compared to Greek goods, who carries a higher cost due to a longer hours worked to achieve the same result. Hence, when the 2009 financial crisis hit, Greece was nowhere near ready for it. Greece's financial state was severely weakened, and the country was nowhere near ready nor capable of withstanding a recession, never mind the Great Recession. Therefore, when the 2009 recession hit, Greece was already contemplating bankruptcy. It took 8 years and 320 billion euros in capital loans from other European countries and from the International Monetary Fund for Greece to recover from the Great Recession. The financial crisis alone isn't the only reason the country went spiraling down into a recession for the past 8 years. No. Regulation and legislation imposed upon them by the European Union in order to grant Greece loans significantly affect the Greek economy for the worst. A few examples of legislation Greece had imposed upon them by the European Union was the maximum weekly withdrawal of euros, which I believe equals something like 120 euros per week or 60 euros per day. A second legislation that was imposed upon Greece by the European Union was the shutdown of the Greek banks in order to control the cash flow of the country. And the third legislation that was imposed upon them was the inability for Greek citizens to create work union during their Great Recession. The outlook of Greece looks pretty promising. The Greece economy looks to be on the rise. In 2017, Greece has officially came out of an 8 years recession, the longest recession to this date for any advanced capitalist economy. Nonetheless, this didn't stop Greece from busting a 10-year bond bubble on March 11, 2020 by selling 2.5 billion worth of bonds at a stunning low interest rate of 1%, which is unheard for Greece in many years. As you can see, in 2008, Greece was averaging about 1 to 2% interest rate on their bonds. And after the 2009 financial crisis, they skyrocketed as a bond interest rate of 35% annually. Now, after let's say 6 long years of economy recuperation, the country is now back able to sell their bonds at under 1% interest rate. The Greek government expenditure account for close to 50% of the gross domestic product of the country, which seems to have paid off. While the economy is still nowhere near it should be, it is making some progress. Furthermore, the country's internal growth rate is now higher than the European average and higher than the French, Italian, and German internal growth rate. Another outlook for Greece is their corporate tax rate. In 2020, the corporate tax rate now sits at 28%, down from 29% in 2019, which is still significantly higher than the European Union corporate tax rate average. However, it is showing that the country can generate a good amount of tax revenue. However, it comes at the cost of foreign investors, since we're taking some money out of their pocket.